Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, last episode ended on a very disappointing note. It is time to talk about it. It's time to talk about what has been the story, but so far has not affected me. The NVIDIA hairworks and how people are making the claim that that code in particular inside of The Witcher 3 has sabotaged the video settings of this game. I don't know if that's true. I am not an expert, so I can't really tell you. But I can tell you two things. One, the last episode crashed. It shouldn't have. This is a brand new computer. That is very frustrating to me. I have a GTX 970. The only video cards above that in the NVIDIA line, their own line, is the 980, the Titan, and the Titan X. That's it. And the Titan X, by the way, is like $1,000 to $2,000 for the video card alone. Sure, I could get 3 more 970s and do quad SLI, and that might get me up to 4 times the setup, but really none of that should be affecting me when I'm only doing 1080p at 60 frames per second. A 970 should not have crashed this. So NVIDIA has their NVIDIA Experience Optimizer, and it has been telling me that I needed to optimize this game downward. And I've said no. We showed the video settings before, and I was of the opinion that we were just gonna try the Ultra default until it had problems. Well, now we've had problems. So I don't believe anything has changed in the post-processing. If you've watched the previous thing, okay, this has changed, I believe. It was at SSAO, it turned it to HBAO, I believe, for ambient occlusion. Whether that really affects anything, I don't know. It seems like everything besides depth of field is still on for post-processing. And we are at version 1.03, which was supposed to improve this. But it effectively turned everything in the graphics to high. We were on Ultra, now we're on high. When I click the NVIDIA optimization button, and it turned some things off. Mainly, it turned off NVIDIA hairworks, which this is just ridiculous. Even if if NVIDIA was going to sabotage this game so it didn't work on AMD graphics cards or Intel integrated graphics cards, which, okay, it's understandable that the integrated graphics cards wouldn't do that well. That is really weird that it would sabotage its own product. But I guess that makes sense. They wanted to push people to buy the Titan X, and only the Titan X, only the 2000s. So, number of background characters is now to high. Shadow quality is high. Terrain quality and water quality still ultra. Grass density is at high. Texture quality is at high. Foliage visibility range is at high. And the hardware cursor is off, which I don't know if any of that is really gonna change anything. And all of these things are super ambiguous. What is really the difference between shadow quality on low to medium to high to ultra? What does any of that mean for this game? What does any of that mean for the next game? Is that a standard? Absolutely not. So, frustration with video things. Hopefully this never happens again. We have done what we could do to fix that. Fortunately, I did not lose the video. Actually, because it crashed, we could have very easily been in a much worse situation and you wouldn't have gotten to see last episode at all. I would have had to gone back and tried to re-record it, which would have had me very upset about that and done a much poor quality for that section. I also went into my video recording software and I played with some settings, trying some different things. If you use OBS, there's 3 encoding things. There's a X264, there's a quick sync, and there's an NV encode, NVENC. And I googled all of those, and it said maybe the NVENC at very high bit rates would do a better quality because it was using the video card to encode it and thus not using your CPU, and so that might be better quality, but in my experiments, absolutely not. In fact, it was drastic when I tried different ones where it just turned into garbage. So I stayed with 264. There are some presets whether you want on it. In the advanced section of X264, you can say, do I want this to be ultra fast or very fast or just fast or slow or slower? And each one of those settings purports to give you better quality, but in all honesty, when I put it on slower, which was supposed to give you the best quality ever, it got very choppy like a slideshow. So that's not better quality. When I put it on ultra fast, I couldn't notice any difference from where it was at very fast. So I put it back to very fast and left it there. So under the advanced, there was one button that I did want to test, and that was encode in full spectrum, which I think means deeper colors. So you might start noticing that the blacks look deeper. It might also just look darker. Let me know in the comments if it's starting to look dark. I don't know if YouTube is going to adjust any of that. It didn't. I uploaded a test video and it seemed the same, but like this scene right now, when you look at his legs as he's meditating, looks pretty dark. When you look at the crows, it looks pretty dark, but I can make out shades of dark on my screen. If on your screen it looks really, really dark and you're watching it on a computer, or let me know, or a cell phone, let me know. If it looks really, really dark on a TV because you're watching it through an Xbox or something, I already know about that. That is a bug of YouTube. That is every video that gets uploaded to YouTube gets encoded in some profile for TV safe colors that makes things really, really dark. But you didn't really come here to hear me rant and talk about video settings, so let's get back to the game of The Witcher 3. Sorry if that took a while.
But something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
So, I thought that there would be a situation where it would just add story to the story and it would get longer and longer, but I guess since it's a loading screen, that wouldn't make a lot of sense. So we are here trying to find what they did to drag off the Lena.
Good eye to you, good eye.
And this is right where we crashed, so if we crash right again here, I have no idea. I will say that my CPU fan skyrockets when this game comes on. And I think that's just the game. It's the CPU, and I don't think it's really the GPU at all. And I have a super powerful GPU. Let's see.
Squiz. Okay.
Est-ce que bref? Mouth. تصير طويا
Guess
est-ce que blue.
This is a doctor.
Che esse bare in cas. If beseta. Even vedrai. Est-ce que an proper na tianges nag.
Trying to figure out if they took Lena. Well, they took her, but I don't know what they did with her. If they didn't take her...
Here.
Oh. Ah.
See, they're getting sick with the same sickness. And so the question is, did they take her to hang her?
That's what you folk lack.
Or did they take her to study her? We came over this way. These guys sharpening their swords. And we came over this way, and we tried to talk to the main guy. And it didn't trigger anything. Yep. So the only thing I can do before we get to the new area, since this is we haven't gotten to the new stuff quite yet, is let's fast travel to the main city.
The Emperor shall guide us straight to Novigrad.
Test a couple things. Let's see.
Is it true? Northern women pay.
Fast travel to this section. And then we will go to the main city after I check with the herbalist. Just to make sure I've talked to her.
The
I'm pretty sure I have. But it's possible. Is this Lena? Nope. It's just a random lady.
Yes?
Farewell.
So I've already talked to her. It didn't even give me the option to ask where Lena went. Again. And everybody in that city should hate me. So if I go to like the tavern and all that, they're probably gonna be pretty upset with me. This ought to be an interesting thought. Are they gonna just start running? No.
My gran told me about Smith's boy. Lad went missing one day, so folk nabbed witches started poking him, asking. When he started twisting,
So if we go back in here,
wham, bam, they knocked
will
him
anybody
out.
talk to me?
So it worked. Except it was some drowned.
I knows what I knows. Elsa bears her rump for the black ones. Little whore.
Damn deer, stick the bark off the trees again.
The new guardians of Pitch Camp.
All those people,
Think you've got it
including
tough.
the
You've a roof over your head, that's something.
tavern maid,
The black ones laid
seems
siege
to
to
be
the
missing.
Zima. They burned the
Hemlock and
outskirts to the
nightshade.
ground.
Is that the trick? They're just gonna
Indeed.
conveniently
What
be
about that?
Such obscenities.
missing
Smith lad, he's got
so I
balls.
can come back
May
in
the
this
sun
area and
shine
not
upon you.
be in a fight.
Looking for trouble.
Hmm.
Will you raise a glass with me?
It's Dervan now. D-E-R-V-A-N. Not Croydon.
See, if we just take all of these, none of those had anything to do with as far as missions.
Jetty!
Now listen carefully. You'll never have to sing that line
We
again.
have the dwarf
you not to play with Chetty no more.
Chetty's my best mate.
Chetty's a fool who gets her killed. I see you with him again and you'll regret it.
Freak.
Notice. Honeycombs will pay large quantities welcome. She wants honeycombs. How do we get honeycombs is the question. Do we shoot them with the bow? We haven't actually shot anything with the crossbow yet. We were equipped with it. I just don't know how to use it. Let's see.
We'll swallow them whole.
Let's look at our inventory. How do we use this thing? Steel sword, silver sword. I'm still wearing all my old stuff. Ranged weapon empty. Select. Alright. I got several pieces of clothing I could probably sell for some coin. So back to our old clothes. Forgot about that. Let's just make sure. And we'll sell all this stuff. Let's see. How do you use the ranged weapon is the question.
Greetings. Let me have a look.
Let's see. Sell this for 10, 11, 9. I mean, the ridiculousness of the prices of what you get for these things is real. Just, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth
Take
it
care.
for me to do it on screen. Let's see. I could try to figure out where Lena lives. See if maybe it's in the ramshackled village. I could go to places of power and all of that. But Lena has just gone missing, and maybe we'll find her later in the story. I've done more than enough to try and find out. Okay. So we have the Royal Palace is where we were, and we were supposed to go to this, I believe. It is time to enter the new land, and let's start playing this game.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima.
The problem
Geralt
with
learned
this
that
load
Cirilla,
screen,
his
which is
one-time
cool
ward,
and all, and
had
it
returned
hides the
from
loads
afar,
well,
and she was in danger. He was to find her at the
is
Emperor's
that
command and
if you
Yennefer's
start
behest.
bouncing back and forth too much, to the point where you have to actually load, that's not great. We are in Velen, Northern Temeria, 5 days later. You could have read that off the screen. people can you hang off one tree?
Run, Roach.
I'm just gonna go ahead and get off the horse. There's all kinds of wild dogs here. Yeah, I guess I'll stay on the horse actually. I guess we'll just hold the A button and enjoy this. Looks like it's gonna rain. They probably programmed that. Bet it rains more often in this area.
Take it easy.
Notice board. Again, reading is not my strong suit, so instead of reading these things, I'll just take them, and it will give me hopefully undiscovered locations and such. This looks like just somebody's house. And the nose board turns into, turns white. Got a new marker. So, the horse did not follow that path. If there's a right angle, the horse will not choose left or right, it seems. And so it does take a little bit of turning. He seems to veer to the right.
Not so fast, Roach.
Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and get off the horse. This looks like a quest. Priest of the Eternal Fire.
What do you want?
Rejoice, for even a creature as depraved and base in nature as you can serve the glory of the eternal fire. Someone must see to the corpses on the battlefield. Necrophages defile those not already rotting in mass graves. This is not right.
That's to be my good deed for the day?
A handsomely profitable one, I might add. I know your kind don't work for free.
Let's do it. Let's take some money from these guys.
I'll take care of it.
This will count amongst your merits. The more good one works in life, the more hallowed things are. Yes, splendid. Here are the holy oils. Dash generously and set alight, understood? I wish it to flare up to the sky, for the glory of the eternal fire and all that.
Once I've incinerated the bodies, where'll I find you?
I shall be near the bridge to Novigrad.
Funeral pyres. That's nice. So as we ride our way towards the end, doing the main quest, we're picking up these side quests. The storm is coming. Honestly, even from my irritants at having to go down to high, just high settings on the video, it's not like I'm actually noticing in real world experience a degradation in quality. There probably is. It's just I'm enthralled enough with the game that I don't recognize it. So these guys are hanged for sabotage. Man, you're just gonna hang everybody. I guess that is how you get change in a society. The easiest way, at least, is just
come on now.
Kill everybody who's against change and give swimmers, level 6 swimmers. I was on 8. So that was my last Thunderbolt potion. Maybe I'll get some more if I meditate. That guy was right there while the druids were...
Unbind me before the next ones come.
When they come, I'll tend to them. Meanwhile, let's you and me chat. Like to know who I'm untying.
John Verdon. Served in the 10th Maribor Division.
Long way from your army.
The army don't exist no more. Black One smashed it to bits. I scarpered off into the woods just before that happened. Joined a group of refugees. Fucking bursting with patriotism they were. Soon as they learned I'd abandoned Temeria in her hour of need, they beat me down. Tied me up like a turkey, left me to the drowners.
Drowners. I'll untie him, why not?
Fine, I'll help.
Oh, thanks. For a minute there, I was almost sure you'd leave me to die. I'd like to thank you somehow, but I've not a chip crown to my name.
Tough. I'll take the loss.
Thanks, Witcher. May you prosper on the path.
This is a really great example of how the true currency in nearly every game is experience and not whatever currency, crowns in this case. It's never the money, it's always the experience. So playing as the nice guy, as I have been, isn't really as much a reflection of my own personal character as much as I might try to make that claim, but a reflection of my knowledge that doing a good deed pays off in experience in almost every game. So playing the good guy is always worthwhile. We saw a great example of this, which was about the dumbest moral decision I've ever seen propagated, was in the original BioShock, where you were given the option of literally saving a little girl or killing her. And even though they tried to indicate that you would get less experience if you saved her, it was blatantly obvious that the right thing and the thing the game wanted you to do was to save them. And oh, by the way, you actually got more experience at the end of the day by saving them, because they would reward you with large chunks of it after a certain number of saves. Alright. Into the tavern we go. Let's see, we're looking for the guy who is, I believe, the tavern master.
Looking for a man. Goes by Hendrik.
What do you want with him?
Want to talk to him.
What about?
Give me a bottle of something strong.
You gotta go. I'll open the back way for you.
Got company. Who is it?
Innkeep, vodka.
Who's this?
Brave warrior, looks like. Got 2 swords, see?
Oi, great boy. What's the point of having 2 swords?
Wonder if he keeps an extra prick in his trousers too.
You fucking deaf?
Gonna say who you are? Or do I need to loosen your tongue with me knife?
Let's see. Let's be nice.
How about I buy everybody around?
Why would you?
Got the coin for it. Simple as that.
I don't drink with strangers.
We share a round, won't be strangers anymore. Then we go our separate ways.
And which way might yours be?
On my way to Novigrad.
City of whores and whoremongers.
To your health. And mine.
Bottoms up!
If you want a rest, come with me. I've a bench you can use.
I step in the hut, and there's the bumpkin with what looks like his son.
So those are bandits, and I avoided the fight.
Probably disguised his daughter.
Horsons always manage to hide their lasses.
Was that worth it? I think I probably lost some crowns in that. This guy's over here. This inn, this tavern is the exact same design as the previous one. Except for the middle part here is done a little bit different, but the exterior design, I guess they build them from a kit.
Thanks for not starting a row with those swine.
I don't generally poke my nose in other people's business.
Looking to stay the night?
No. I'm looking for Hendrik.
Man lives in Heatherton.
Don't know where that is.
Other side of the hill. Looked that away this morning, saw a strange glow. Imperials on the raid, perhaps. But who knows?
Anything else you can tell me about Hendrik?
Odd fellow. Arrived from who knows where and for no apparent reason. Shacked up with a widow whose husband was stabbed for a scrap of bread.
Baron's men don't like strangers.
Aye, and he stays out of their way. Always seems to know when they're coming. Always manages to disappear.
Thanks, Inkeep.
So, I guess I could have started a fight with them. But I just don't see the reason to be openly hostile to people. Oh, so can I mount these horses? Just steal a horse?
Come on.
Good you, Roach. Let's see. Where are we going? No, we're not going that way. We're going this way. Right.
Let's go.
Here we go. What does that say with all the X's and such?
Whoa!
What's this sign say? Missing Tamaria Stringer, daughter of the Bloody Baron, presumed kidnapped. Party reward for whoever finds her and brings her in. Interesting. Is this the right direction? Am I on the right road? I'm facing this direction. I want to go that direction, so I need to turn around.
Giddy up.
Maybe that's what the X means. And then there's a cart right in the way. Wonder who designed that. I'm gonna put a cart right in the way of the... Well, this road branches now. And I'm going the wrong way. So...
Faster.
put a cart right in the middle of the road. Maybe intentionally it was there. There is some randomness about like where characters walk and where they are supposed to be that was very prevalent in Skyrim too, and I most notice it in this game as people just bump into you and then they seem upset because you bumped into them. What are they worshipping? This is new. This is some kind of ancient thing. It's like a statue with a house built over it. And assumably the house was built later than the statue. It's just getting rainier and more thunderous. I could be collecting items, but I, for the moment, am going to forego that. It doesn't look like on the roadside the ingredients are going to be significantly different. I'm not seeing different oil plants. Okay, so we're looking at the map. It splits again. We've gone which way? The completely wrong direction. So we could go to this undiscovered location and check that out, I suppose. Staying on the path is proving difficult. So this whole horse mechanic, not really working. Not really working at all. Because there's just multiple paths. I would rather just be wandering through the forest in a straight path. I should probably be careful too wandering around because I am pretty low level still. Right, so when I lock on, what? I'm trying to figure out how to shoot.
Fucking bastard!
Yeah, these guys are 7. Let's get rid of several of these.
You witch fucker!
Cutting these people in half. And I don't even think that's a finisher. Oh, accidentally killed everybody. It's nothing to target. I meant to... was my intention to keep one alive and see if I can figure out how this crossbow bolt works. Because it was handed to me, and then they never... Either I skipped through the tutorial, or they never explained how to use it. Which... I'm willing to blame that one on The Witcher 3. There's been a lot of stuff they've tried to explain, and a lot of stuff they haven't bothered to explain. This is a bandit camp. I have no problem with looting bandit camps. We need... oh, the door will open. Good. bundle. Use that Witcher sense to quickly find all the things to loot, and then we'll just walk out. And it looks like there's nothing more. Just, I'm ready to walk straight towards the goal. When you get off the path in Witcher, it gets kind of barren. Yes, there are trees here that were automatically placed, probably using something similar to Speed Tree, but...
They're strange, like dropping into a deep cellar on a hot day. And the mist.
This is interesting. But there's no real wildlife to speak of, not enough. We see some, but yeah, I guess it's unfair to say there's none, but there isn't a lot. There isn't a lot of wild animals. I'm hearing some kind of how do you shoot at this guy? Let's see if I sheath the weapon. He's about to kill me. Punching dogs. Almost died because of that.
Leave me be, whoever you is. Get away!
Calm down. It's over.
Aye, it's over. All's past, never to be restored. I'll not forget that ever.
Looking for a man named Hendrik, supposed to live in this village.
Aye, he did. No longer. They nabbed him in that hut. If you'd have heard the cries, sir. If you'd have heard how a man can scream, how he can suffer.
Tell me what
happened here, step by step.
They took him. Took him all.
The wild hunt?
The sun was waning, see, and the dusk went crimson like blood. Thought to myself, strange, the toads, I cannot hear them. Save terror through and through. Hendrik screamed. Then he begged. By the end, he could do naught but moan. didn't hear long, the terrors. Yet the village froze like in the heart of winter.
You in that hut when they rode off?
No, and I'll not set foot there. Never.
Farewell, and peace of mind to you.
Well, that's as good of a place as any. I will continue down my path of trying to figure out how to actually use the crossbow. Maybe I just don't have any bolts, and that really is the reason why I can't. It's not giving me any options to use it. But yeah, this is a good point to stop. I'm almost completely out of food. It might be a good idea to meditate instead of wasting food. But, you know, I'm just gonna keep wasting food. As always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me with YouTube. If you want to support me, click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click that, donate something to me, it'd be very much appreciated. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, I have links of those down below in the description. Thank you for watching this. We'll get right back into the game and move a little bit faster next time. Have a good evening.